And, there's important work that's done to keep everybody informed about where the storm is, how it's behaving. And one of the weather experts keeping our viewers informed this week is meteorologist and hurricane expert Andy Hazelton. And he sent us this video showing the scale of Hurricane Melissa. This was just days before it hit Jamaica. Andy was in the Caribbean all week covering Melissa with the team from NOAA. That's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They fly into these storms so that they can help us understand how it's behaving and inform weather stations around the region so that they can be prepared for what's coming. Critical work, obviously, Allison, that they do. And we want to show you some video here that just really drives home how dangerous this work can be. Take a look.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, Jim. That's just the turbulence going on inside as they're trying to get the metrics of this storm. That's inside the cockpit. And I'm just so impressed by the pilots, calm, cool, collectedness. We played a little bit of the audio. There was no screaming, which surprised me. So that they were just doing their jobs.
Very calm.
I can watch this video all day long.
Maybe they're not screaming because they're just trying to maintain control of the aircraft. That's job one, I would imagine, in that situation. Just incredible. Meteorologist Andy Hazelton is with us now. I hope on dry land and stable. Yeah, your shot is very stable. That's good to see. Thanks for sharing that video with us, because it really drives home how important this work is and how dangerous it can be. Share with us what that feeling was like being on that flight.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the more extreme storms I've ever been in. First time I've ever flown into a Category 5, and the turbulence, in a couple of those eye walls was definitely unlike anything I've experienced before. And some of the crew said similar, this was their number one or close to it. But yeah, I'm really impressed by the pilots and the crew to maintain the plane and keep it steady and to collect that data we need to, and also to maintain the plane after the flights and to keep it going day after day, because we started flying last Wednesday and the storm didn't basically move out until yesterday or the day before. And so over a week of flying, and then starting Saturday with two flights back to back, and the plane was holding up the whole time. So these are people are top notch, and they did a great job. And we were able to collect all that data. Just unfortunate to see what happened in the Caribbean with it.
And Andy, just explain to us, why do you need to fly into the turbulence of the storm like this? What kind of data are you collecting that then you're sharing with other forecasters?
Yeah, so the data we collect, it's some of the only way to get true measurements of what the storm's structure, the wind speed, the pressure, things like that. The data we use also goes into the computer models that are used to make forecasts, and so it makes those forecasts more accurate. So really, this data, especially that we collect on the NOAA planes with the Doppler radar, is one of the only ways to get a true three-dimensional picture of the storm and use that to analyze it. And so, because satellites can give you kind of a top-down look at the clouds and tell you some things about it, but what we do is really almost like taking an X-ray or a three-dimensional picture of the storm. And the instruments we drop down and collect data below us. There's drones that we launch. And so it's just this really unique data sets that can't be collected any other way.
We know it looks very different today. What's going on now with Melissa?
Yeah, it's moving up to the northwest or northeast over the North Atlantic, just past Bermuda yesterday. And some of the moisture from it was kind of brought up into that other low pressure system that brought so much rain to New York, as you guys talked about. Not a direct impact, but all that tropical moisture surging north definitely enhanced the flooding there. It's going to be basically turning into a non-tropical system, kind of like a cold winter low, but it will bring some rain and wind to the Canadian Maritimes up near Newfoundland today. So certainly a very impactful storm starting, in Jamaica and Haiti, the Bahamas, Cuba, Bermuda, and now all the way up to the Canadian Maritimes.
And Andy, just because I am such a nervous flyer, I just have to ask you, why weren't you screaming? And why did you think that the pilots were going to be able to not lose control of the plane? How were you calm?
Well, I've worked with them a lot, and they are top notch. Megan, our commander on that particular flight, she's one of the safest and just top notch pilot. I know you can see in the video there, she's just like cool as a cucumber, not flinching, and they've done this tons of times. They're trained, they're experts, and just we I know they've got us, and it's
Where are
interesting
you
because
in this video, Andy? Are you standing or sitting?
I'm behind. I'm behind in the. This is the cockpit. I'm back in kind of in the cabin at one of the science stations.
Oh,
So this,
even
yeah,
worse because you're just at the mercy of the crew. All right. Well, meteorologist and hurricane expert Andy Hazelton, we appreciate your bravery and we thank you for being here. And glad that you and the NOAA team are all safe on the ground. Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. They do that so that the rest of us know what's coming. I so appreciate them.